right, by almost anyone's math, this is bad math for Volkswagen, but not a surprise. November car sales down more than 25% from a year ago. This, when virtually everyone else in the industry made money, and in some cases a lot of it. In fact, total car sales in November are expected to reach a record $44 billion, which would be up about 4% from a year ago. But as I stress, not Volkswagen. What is in demand right now, Volkswagen notwithstanding, are those big old gas guzzlers. In an environment of cheap gas, that's probably not a big surprise. What is a surprise is just how big some of these cars and vehicles are and how big the sales for them are. Jeff Locke with more on that. Jeff.
Just an incredible month, Neil, for auto sales. We are on pace to set an all-time record in 2015 of more than 17.4 million vehicles. That's the pace we're on right now. I'm in front of a brand spanking new Ford dealership in Chicago, and you're absolutely right. The cars that are bigger and, well, by golly, there's an ambulance. I don't know if that's a Ford. Yeah, it is a Ford. The cars that are bigger, like that ambulance, are the ones that are selling. Take a look at the big three. First, Fiat Chrysler. What's their big seller? It's the Grand Cherokee, not exactly a fuel sipper. And sales of the Dodge Dart for Fiat Chrysler down 31%. Look at Ford. What's the big seller there? The F-Series truck, up over 10%. The fuel-sipping Focus down 25%. Take a look at GM. It's the same story. The GMC Yukon, that's a big SUV. Sales there up 24% for the month. The Chevy Spark, that teeny little Chevy Spark, great mileage. Sales down 43%. Ford just announcing today, Neil, they are spending almost well over $1 billion to upgrade a truck plant and hiring another 2,000 workers to try and keep up with this demand for these cars that, you know, you say they're gas guzzlers. They certainly do much better in terms of fuel economy than they ever did, but they are the least fuel efficient. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, but you know, you're right, though, Jeff. You think about it, they're a lot better on gas mileage than they used to be. But, you know, all of this could turn on a dime if gas prices start rocketing, right? I mean, does the industry have a back plan for that? Or that's the criticism, that they're never ready for when that cycle shifts.
I talked to Mark Fields about that with the F-150. You know, it gets great, you know, much better mileage. I think the F-150 now gets, you know, almost 20 miles to the gallon. That's pretty great for a truck. But he said, you know, we got to make a fuel-efficient truck because he's absolutely right. It could turn on a dime. If, you know, fuel prices rocket up there again, people are going to totally change the way they go about it. So you're absolutely right. They got to be ready.
This is how good you are, Jeff. You worked in an ambulance passing by, immediately identified it as a Ford vehicle. I don't know where the Pulitzer Committee is when this sort of stuff happens on air, but I hope they caught that.